Welcome back. Still discussion, education and of course the opportunities abound in the sector. Joining me on the news at 10 to get a better understanding of e-learning is Richard Hurst, the CEO e-Learning Africa. I want to thank you so much indeed for coming on the news at 10.
Pleasure, thank you for inviting me.
Very seriously though, you know the importance of having a good internet penetration that can drive your e-Africa initiative. Have you been able to take this into consideration, how it will affect your project?
Yes, we have. Yes, as I was saying earlier, we've been in Nigeria for the last 15 months, looking at various areas in Nigeria. It's our we need to be in the 6 geopolitical states. That's our aim in Nigeria. We've looked at the internet, the bandwidth, etc. And as I see it, from my visits to the 4 areas, been into Yola, Abuja, Lagos, and Uyo. Sorry.
Okay, how important is e-learning to the development of nations?
Well, can I just cite the UK at the moment? With our programs, we have over 4,000 businesses and over 200,000 learners currently doing our programs, of which we've got 3 modules. With 3 modules, we've got education, health and welfare, business and commerce. All the accredited qualifications certified by the NCFE in the UK. I don't know how much you know about the NCFE, but they're an organisation been around for about 150 years. And very big, it's similar to, I mean, everyone knows City and Guilds. NCFE is a accrediting body in the UK. Very well respected.
I don't really have to be in the UK to go through this. Since
no. We've come to Nigeria. You know, we're doing this, delivering this into Nigeria. That's the idea. We launched it at the UK. We blessed of the UKTI at the Deputy High Commission on Thursday.
You know, one of the biggest problems or challenges, rather, I would say, that the Nigerian graduates are facing today is job opportunities. Is your project able to get them to have jobs, for example?
Yes, yeah. We have programs. For instance, we've got a program in employability skills at level 2 and level 3. We have programs in business administration. We have programs in with programs that will help students, with programs that will help people already in employment to move up the ladder.
So how does that work out? I mean, if I were to have your employability course, for example,
employability skills, how does it work?
How would that work, and how long does it take me to go through that? Okay,
you'd go online. It's all, as I say, it's all online. You'd go onto a website. You'd make an inquiry for the course. You'd pay for the course. As you know, there's a cost for each course. What we are doing as well as we're enabling a system where students can pay in tranches instead of paying one amount. They can pay in 3 amounts. So you'd go online. You'd get the course. You'd pay for the course. You'd get a PIN number. And off you go with the course that you're doing. You would have a tutor with that course. You'd be tutored all the way through the course, taking you right through it. And you said, how long does it take? Some people do it in 10, 12 weeks. Some take 18, 20 weeks. Depends on how much time you want to put in it. But talking of that, you can do it anywhere, wherever you are. You don't have to go off on a course. The beauty of it is you don't know, the company doesn't have to send you out on a course where you sit in a classroom for a week or 2 and the cost of being away from your workplace. You can do it from home. You can do it at work.
Who's eligible? Who's eligible on this?
Anyone. Anyone can do it. We have a course for everyone.
Richard Hurst, I want to thank you so much indeed for spending your time and your thoughts with us. CEO e-Learning Africa, I want to thank you so much indeed.
Thank you. Trouble
may be brewing in Kwara State as the Union of Tertiary Institutions have threatened to down tools come 20th of this month if their 5-month salary arrears are not paid by the government. This is coming after a deadlocked meeting between the union and the state head of service. The institutions involved are the State Polytechnic, 3 colleges of education and College of Arabic and Islamic Studies.
Their patience may have elapsed after several unfruitful meetings with the government's representatives. All they want is their 5-month salary. They claim the debt has led to the death of 2 of their colleagues' children whose hospital bills couldn't be paid.
Kuti unanimously at a Congress meeting on 31st of August gave the state government an ultimatum of 21 days for the payment of our 5-month arrears salary, of which if it is not paid, at the expiration of that 21 days ultimatum, an industrial action will be taken against the state government. So we received an invitation for this meeting from the head of service to attend a meeting with her this morning, and we are here. We discussed the position of the head of service is that the state government are still looking forward to how they can be able to resolve these problems. They want us to renege on that ultimatum that was given, and that we have taken the position.
The arrears are the tertiary.
In his response, the senior special assistant to the governor on media, Muhyiddin Akorede, says though some members have been paid, very few are being owed and would be paid in the shortest of time.
I want to call on them to exercise a little more patience. We are all aware of the economic situation in the country as it affects all 3 tiers of government, and the efforts not only of the state government but crucially of the federal government to resolve them through the recent bailouts and the assistance to all tiers of government. These monies are coming in trickles, but the message is that going forward, all revenue generating institutions in the state, whether tertiary institution or media organizations, as long as you're revenue generating, the government will give you the infrastructure necessary for you to continue to raise that revenue, after which you will be expected to be able to meet your own obligation to your staff. That's the way forward. But for now, the governor is doing all in his power to assist them to clear all arrears.
It is not clear if both parties will find a common ground to settle, but what is clear is that an ultimatum has been given by the union to down tools come 20th of September.
After 13 days of horror in the hands of her abductors, Vanguard columnist Donu Kwara has been released. She was set free at about midnight and was reunited with members of her family at her home in Port Harcourt, River State, in the early hours of this morning. Ms. Kwara told Channels Television that she is yet to recover from the trauma of her kidnap experience, wondering why she was targeted at all. Confirming the release, the State Police Commissioner Musa Kimo said that his men are on the trail of the kidnappers and details of the investigation will be made public in due course.
I was being frog marched out of the house and blindfolded and told to shut my eyes and taken to an unknown destination somewhere in the middle of the creeks. I actually thought I was going to die there. Because my health is not that great and at the moment, and then suddenly yesterday they told me they were going to let me go, and it took me to a place and left me there. I asked a passing fisherman in the middle of the creek to take me to Borokiri. It was just very frightening, not knowing what would happen, whether I would see my family again, my little boy, my son, and I'm not really knowing what I had done to deserve it.
We, the police, and of course other security agencies, we are not resting on our oars. We've been suffocating these criminals. We've eliminated many of them. We are still checkmating them. And I can tell you that we are on top of our job, and we assure the good people of this state that we guarantee their safety, that poignant security measures are already in place to checkmate these activities of these antisocial, unscrupulous, maraudi hoodlums.
The report of an outbreak of cholera in Anamsi, a community in Awka North local government area of Anambra State, may not have been true after all. This is according to the Anambra State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Joe Akabuike, who refuted reports that 10 people have died from the disease. When Channels Television visited the community, indigents also deny having knowledge of cholera outbreak in their domain, maintaining that their source of water is from the borehole constructed by the state government in the wake of unresolved issues of corpses found in Ezu River.
The Ezu River lies calm, as if nothing ever happened in it. It's the river where over 40 bodies were dumped in 2013. Until date, the incident remains unresolved. The river is in Amansia, a community in Awka North local government area. And again, the town is in the news. There have been alleged reports of cholera outbreak in the area, which claimed about 10 lives. But the people say otherwise as they go about their normal businesses.
Anybody who talk about cholera for Amansi is talking lie. Cholera doesn't kill anybody in Amansi since almost 12 years I stay here. I can witness that one. And myself, I guess Pickings. If cholera there, I will know. There's no cholera for the Amansi.
A medical director of a private hospital and maternity center in the area, which serves the health needs of majority of the people, says no patient has been brought to this hospital for such a case.
I don't think it's proper information. Like this, our hospital, I know majority of patients come around here. It's a high volume center. We've not had any case of cholera or diarrhea, even in the last 1 month. I've also tried to make some inquiries around to be sure, so that if there are necessary measures we have to take, then we do that as soon as possible. But honestly, I don't think the rumor holds much water.
Such case around this.
The Commissioner for Health in the state shares the same sentiment, wondering where such reports emanated from.
Well, the taste of pudding is in the eating. I also had a lot of stories. People were talking of 20 people died in Amansi, some people reporting 10, and a lot of stories in the social media. And that's why I came here, the Commissioner for Health, with all the ministry team to find out exactly what is happening. And they will be into several health centers and private hospitals, and they see that there's no such case.
The commissioner says there are plans by the state government to increase the number of boreholes in several communities in Awka North and Anambra West, where the poverty rate is high, to prevent any outbreak of waterborne diseases, while cautioning the media on such reports that could send unnecessary panic to the public.
Time now for business news with Emana Awoya.
Welcome to Business News. FSDH research is predicting that the Consumer Price Index for August will produce an inflation rate of 9.3% year-on-year. The forecast is coming ahead of the National Bureau of Statistics' anticipated release of the headline inflation on Tuesday next week. FSDH bases its indices on the movement in the prices of food items during the month. According to the research firm, the result of the price change is a 0.60% increase in the food and non-alcoholic index, amounting to 180.06 points. The model also indicates that the price movements in the consumer goods and services in August would increase the CCPI to 175.39 points, a representation of a month-on-month increase by 0.59%. And there is no need to panic on JP Morgan's notice of the listing Nigeria's bonds from its index. This is coming from the Managing Director of Don Lauren Merrifield Asset Management Company, Mr. Tola Odukoya. While speaking on our weekend program, Capital Market, Odukoya says that he expects the next CBN monetary policy meeting to relax its stance on the cash reserve ratio on private sector, a move he believes will enhance more liquidity in the domestic market. And the Managing Director of the Nigeria Export and Import Bank, Mr. Robert Oya, has identified diversification of the economy as a critical reform towards the nation's development. Speaking at a meeting in Abuja, Mr. Oya called for more investment in the solid mineral sector to create jobs for the nation's youths. He also decried the non-investment in the non-oil sector over the years. And following a two-day reaction to JP Morgan's conclusion to delist Nigerian sovereign bonds, the stock markets defied the threat on Friday to close the week positive. The key benchmark index settled in the green zone by 0.60% to close at 29,689.08 with a market worth of 1.20 trillion naira. And for the week, Transcorp was the top advancer with 25 kobo appreciation, leading Guinness, which added 24 naira, 19 kobo, and Okomo Oil with 14.19% leap. The laggards table is led by Carberton, which was worst hit by a loss of 17.88%. Bono Products shed 16 kobo, while investors took some profit off corn oil. The activity chart has UBA, Zenith Bank and Diamond Bank. The finance services sector recorded more than 1 billion shares in its, for the week. Conglomerates are next with 87.03 million, preceding the emergence of the ICT sector on the list. At the end of the week, traded volume of shares stood at 1.40 billion naira with a market value of 13.50 billion naira in 19,950 deals. Well, that's it on Business News tonight. I'm Emana Amawe. Gimba will be back with the rest of the news at 10.
Sterling Bank PLC says it is constantly seeking ways to enrich lives, and one way is preparing unemployed Nigerian youths for the workplace through its Get Ready for Work program, themed Mind the Gap. The bank's 3-year-old initiative is aimed at bridging the gap between the available opportunities and employable youths. At the Youth Empowerment Program, the group head, Strategy and Communication, Mr. Shina Atilola, said that equipping youths will go a long way in addressing other issues in the country.
Of an estimated 19.6 million unemployed or underemployed Nigerians who are willing, able and actively looking for work, this gathering of about 2,000 young Nigerians is only a fraction of that number, still dropping CVs and hoping to land their dream jobs.
Though I have been warned.
But this crowd can become a combination of professionals, business experts and entrepreneurs in the nearest future. And that's the aim of Get Ready for Work program organized by Sterling Bank. Sterling Bank PLC prides itself in enriching lives, and the group head, Strategy and Communications, says they are passionate about helping these young ones find their paths to success.
We hope to achieve having more people employable. You know, employability is a major problem. So most of them now will have learned the skills. Part of enriching life is preparing people to be employed. Part of enriching life is to be able to contribute to giving solution to the problem of our country called Nigeria. Nigeria is our base where we have our company situated. Based on that, we must be able to enhance the environment, make the community better.
This is also echoed by partners in this vision.
There's a lot of work that we need to do as a country to ensure that what's coming out of our educational institutions meets the needs of employers. The 21st century, skill set that employers are looking for. What we need to move away from is certificating our children and not making them work ready, and which is a good thing that Sterling is making that investment in young people.
Any employer is looking for someone that can add value. And adding value means that you have to have the right attitude, coming to work every day, doing the best you can, being able to not only to achieve the task, but to go above what the employer is seeking for you to achieve. And that way the employee will see real value in the services that you provide and will adequately compensate you for the work that you do.
If all these attendants put into practice all they've learnt here, Sterling Bank might just be confident of getting their returns on investment when they come back as customers.
Still ahead on the news at 10. Chelsea stutters again. Jose Mourinho says confidence is low after losing 3-1 to Everton. Stay with us.